Nairobi. Mama? Mama yuko Shago. How many are you in your family? 3. What born are you? First. Yeah. Lazima tuokoe jazi ama vipi? Yeah. Wewe umesimama ama ni kiti hauna ama umesimama? Kiti ndio una? Okay. Sawa, simama tu. Yes. You?
2013.
2013. Ndio utazakaa nyumbani mpaka kizungu inapotea. What did you get in for?
B minor.
B minus. Then?
Sikuendelea geography.
Mnakaa na nani?
Na madhe yangu.
Mama anafanya nini?
Madhe ana hustle.
How many are you in your family?
3.
What born are you?
First born.
Yeah. That's what we're quite as, especially for Azima. However, you did not go to school completely since 2013. Okay, pole. What you got memaliza? Wewe afadhali. Kwa hivyo, what have you been doing for those young men? Umekuwa ukifanya nini?
Hustle tu.
Hustle gani?
Hizo za kuitwa za mkono.
Wewe unafanya nini? Anauza duku. Yeah. You will be advised accordingly. And I'm asking this deliberately because of the team which is here, which has enough. Actually, you'll realize that there are people here who are doing sponsorship in terms of education, not the other lines. The other lines we'll discuss later. Yes. 14. Yes. To CPA 4. When you accountant. Why are you here now?
Nataka kazi.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ni mzuri, she's here. Yawezekana leo kazi ipatikane. Are you sure you're good in book balancing and other many things, returns to KRA?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If I'm gonna give you a job here in my office, you can do those returns. Lakini lazima chuma hapo. Hii chuma ni nini? You know she's already, kwa hivyo sina shida na yeye. Kama ni mwanaume ndio unauliza shida yake ni nini. Ama vipi? Can I see those ones who got C+? 2017 chini. C+. 1. Only 1. Weka mkono tu juu. Sio kusoma. Mkono juu tu. Aya, wacha niulize tu. NC, C minus, C plain, C plus. Weka mkono juu. Since 2017 kuelekea chini, sio juu. Weka mkono juu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Umeweka nyuma baada ya mimi kuhesabu. Wacha niweke 35 of you. Now, wale walipata ND. By the way, for your information, D, our governor 001. Alipata D plus D. Ilikuwa D minus? But leo hii ni nini? Not one term governor, second term governor. And one, if he gives you his story, is inspiring. Kwa hivyo hata kama ulipata D minus, wacha nione wale walipata, nimeona watu wameweka mkono, wale walipata ND, D plus, because there is a line you'll be taken through. Hii mpaka wale wa 2018 now, not even 2017. Can I see by show of hand? The ones who got D. Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good. Because you're live. Ebu simama juu. The team simama juu. You know that's a good one. Huyu jamaa. That's good. Even 2018. Haya, Kate. I can see. Order. I can see I'm able to make honest Kenyans from guys. Shida imekuwa ni kwamba ni watu kujikubali. Kama vipi? Lazima ukubali na usiwe na wasiwasi, because not necessarily kwamba ungepata A. That's the only time life could be life. Even you have gotten a D, there is life, and you can make it in life. Kwa hivyo, allow me, before I give to the speakers, just to get the Kinyanjui. Are you? Yeah, kuna lecturer from Kinyanjui Technical College. Atuongelesha, atujulishe ni nini inafanyika katika institution yao. Alafu Kibondeni will do the same before I give it. And Beacon, allow me to give you 5 minutes so that I can give this one to our chief guests. We'll talk to you, we'll separate you guys according to your needs. Ni sawa? Msiwe na wasiwasi, chakula iko, mtakula na mtaenda nyumbani vizuri. Hiyo kwenda nyumbani ndio unajua mmepigia makofi. Kwa hivyo allow me to welcome Mr. Nicholas Masharia to talk to us on what they have in Kinyanjui. You can make up your mind. But after our chief guests, when they will talk to us, they'll try to give us different levels of our engagement, and we'll make decision today. Kwa hivyo for another 1 hour, what we'll do ni kuongeleshwa, msikize, you make up your mind. By the time you're leaving this place, you have already registered. If you want to go to Strathmore, there is possibility you want to go there. You want to go to Kinyanjui. I'm not seen Kabete Technical here. I'm told they are on the way. The registrar was here last week. Kwa hivyo Samashari.
Thank you very much, Bwana Mheshimiwa. All protocol observed, my colleagues. Saseni. Mkoa jambo I stand here as Mr. Macharia, na mimi pia ni hustler. I started like you, or worse than you. In primary school nilienda na miguu bila kiatu, Nairobi. Primo. The first shoe I put on was in standard 3 na nilipewa na rafiki yangu classmate. Na alifight sana na wazazi wake ndio wanipe hicho kiatu. But today I'm somebody. I'll tell you who I am. You'll be surprised. Ni bidii. And you have hope. Don't lose hope in anything you do. And always focus about tomorrow. Wasichana wale mko hapa, kina dada, kina mama, I'm a father of ladies. And most of you are the age of my daughters. I'm a grandfather. Huyo mtoto uko naye usidhani obstacle. Si hapana kizingiti. It is something, a stepping stone for your future. Think about that. Don't waste your life. You have been told about drugs. Si mchezo. Tulianza sisi wengine. Lakini tulifika mahali tukaongeleshwa vile wanatuambia. mheshimiwa anaongea, wazazi wanaongea, mwalimu anaongea, please listen. Don't just hear. When you listen, there is attention. When you hear, you can assume. Because you can read and study na una music. So you are hearing the music, but you're studying. But when you listen, you are paying attention. Now, PC Kinyanjui Technical Training Institute used to be a secondary technical institute. Same level in Kabete Technical, today Kabete Polytechnic. Ndio pamoja na Nairobi Institute, Technical Institute. Na zingine mingi. Sasa PC ni Paramount Chief Kinyanjui, ile ni jina tu ya heshima. Otherwise the technical institution falls under the government of Kenya, under the Ministry of Technical Training, Ministry of Science, Higher Education and Science. So, in case you have a C- and above, C- and above, you come to Kinyanjui, we offer different courses, you get a diploma. If you have a D stand, and a D+, kuendelea juu. Kuna watu wana C- wanakuja wanasomea certificate, crafts. I'll tell you which ones. If you have a D- and under, and if you have KCPE na pengine ulisoma mpaka class 5, maisha yakawa magumu, we have short courses and we have an artisan course. Artisan course goes for 6 months and it gives you a key to join the craft because it is a NEC exam. And if you are serious with your life, you can go through the artisan course. Ukipita vizuri tunakuweka kwa craft, unaingia diploma, unaenda mpaka degree. So you are not a wreck, you are somebody. Only if you know that yourself. Sawa? Yes. So I have flyers we are going to share later because of time. I just wanted to talk of short courses that we have in May. Tuna mingi. Kuna mechanical, kuna electrical, kuna hospitality, ndio nasikia wengine wamefanya housekeeping, kuna cake baking, kuna fashion design, fashion ya nywele, kila kitu. Mnakaribishwa Kinyanjui through the Mheshimiwa's office, and I'm glad to meet you people. Mimi ni msee wa Pumwani. Unajua Pumwani? Unasikia Kikomba? Na Isich. We are in between there. Sasa nimegrow hapo mpaka saa hii. I'm a senior person, I'm the head of department marketing in my institute. Na mmesikia kule nilianza I went to Pumwani Primary, nikaenda AQ, Jogorod, nikaenda Kist, Kiambu. Then I became a teacher. Nilianza as a untrained teacher, Mombasa, Mazeras. Ilikuwa inaitwa Mazeras High School. Then I got a chance to go to Mangu High School. A simple person from Pumwani. Nilifunza Mangu High School. Nikaambiwa, don't remain as a UT, please go to college. I went to KTTC, and now here I am a technical teacher, a senior lecturer. May God bless you.
You've gotten it from, you'll abandon me because of the host voice I have today. You've gotten it from Mr. Macharia. Kutoka ghetto, mpaka leo hii, is a senior lecturer. Wangapi wanataka kuwa walimu? Wengine hapa, I'll encourage you. There are many options I have here after you have been spoken to, including TSC. Wale ambao wanataka kwenda kujifundisha kwanza mambo ya walimu, ECD, but we have a worry that the intake for D. Unajua sasa kama mimi sikuwa mtu mzuri kwa hesabu, how can I purport to be going to college, niende nisome, nikuje kufundisha? Do you expect the society to be alive really? Si itakuwa imekufa? We need the best brains in terms of ya kufundisha, wafundishe pia ama vipi? Na mtu kama mimi, if I'm not the best brain, I do the bit to make sure I've sustained the society to grow. ECD, last week I told you, the only way we can improve our education in the country is by improving ECD. Ingine ya kufika form 4, standard 4, 5, 6, tunajaribu. Already The brain, how it works is like files. File hesabu inafunguka, walimu wanaandika, na wewe unakubali. They mark on that file ya bongo. Utakuwa tu ni mambo ya Mungu tu, miujiza ifanye nini? Ifanyike. Kwa hivyo, we will encourage, including those ones who are going to take care of the young ones. Our children at ECD must be also sharpen the society. God has given, I was watching on some clip the other day. This business of me Simbarati, nikiwa mbunge, nataka kwamba nipate pesa, ninunulie mtoto wangu nyumba, nimnunulie gari. Hapana, that baby, as long as has come to the world, God has plans for that baby. Kwa hivyo mimi, biashara yangu sio kwamba kuhakikisha kwamba nime spoon feed my baby mpaka nyumba. Hata wewe mzazi kama haupo, mtoto atajiwezesha. For those ones who were here last week, niliwaambia my story, bit of my story. Nyinyi afadhali mko sawa. I'm happy to see those ones who are doing the kuuza nguo. Kwa hivyo mwalimu, wacha nisikie ni wangapi wameamua kwamba Kinyanjui yawezekana wajaribu waone kama watapata admission. C, yes, that's good. From C minus and above. Hebu nione kwa mkono juu. Even D, isn't it? They can start from the diploma bridging course kwanza. Na sio ngumu. Can I see? My show one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have 19 ambao watajaribu muende Kinyanjui. Kwa hivyo mtakubaliana hapa, you will give me that list. Nani yule? Mtanisaidia karatasi nipeane, so that by the end of the day najua ni wangapi. Kinyanjui just a walking distance. Kama uko Riruta, kama uko Kawangware, is just a walking distance to school. Kwa hivyo hiyo list ikikuja itaandikwa. We want to start from there. Nataka nione by the end of our discussion nitakuwa nimepata enough team for every institution. Mwalimu Kibondeni, we were given enough last week, but the only argument we had is that you are too expensive, but you'll tell us. So, karibu. Is it on? It's not on.
Asante mheshimiwa. Habari zenu? Good afternoon. My name is Teresa Macau. I'm saying my name because sometimes you hear in forums like this somebody saying my name, sir. My name is Teresa Macau. We say we have many names when we are known differently at different forums. Nikienda Kibondeni wananiita Mrs. Macau. Nikija hapa pengine mnaniita Baby Beautiful. Nikienda village naitwa Teresa. Now, then I'll say my names are, I'll give a list. So I have only one name. What you call me here is what they will call me in the village, is what they will call me in Kibondeni, is what they will call me when I go to America. At Kibondeni, we are not a commercial college. We are a social project of Kianda Foundation, under the same umbrella as University, Strathmore University. When students do well and they complete their diploma programs, they go to Strathmore University and they do 2 years and they graduate. And if they are good people, we like dealing with making people good. They get scholarships, they go abroad. You hear somebody is in Switzerland, she's doing her degree in hospitality. We train only girls in hospitality. Hospitality is about cake baking, making homes beautiful, cooking good food. Essentially, we are the college where people who want to be people. If I want to be somebody in future, probably even the MP of this area, I'll go to Kibondeni, I'll realize that I tripped. When you get a D, you have not failed in life. You only tripped. It's a trip or fall. Umetereza kidogo lakini haujaanguka. Kwa hivyo ukija Kibondeni, tunaangalia kwa nini huyu alipata D na pengine angepata B. I am a trained educationist. And one of my key principles is to look at that brain. Your entry behavior when you come to Kibondeni. How is the brain functioning? Can it be salvaged? This one got a D. Why did she get a D? And I look at the family background and I know something happened in the family. It's not her fault. This is an A material. And as a teacher, I lift the block. I look for that block which made you get a D, and I help you to be the A student you are supposed to be. So I put you through the diploma program, you finish, you go to Strathmore, and if you are good, I make sure myself that you have fees to complete your studies. So our institution is the institution of hope and encouragement. We want you to be the best that you can be in society. In this society, we want good people, people with moral values. Because when we go through life without those moral values, we just get wasted. Madam Josephine has talked about drugs here. We get into drugs, we get into prostitution. If you come to Kibondeni, you'll not get into drugs, you'll not get into prostitution. Why? Because Teresa Makau is there and the leaders of the institution, they want to mold you into the correct path, to give you a shining path that will make you a star in your life. That's why you hear when there are competitions, they want to get the best cake producer in Kenya. Have you heard who scoops the award? Of course, the ones from Kibondeni, because we are founded under an inspiration of an organization called, not organization, but a way of life called Opus Dei. And the founder of Opus Dei, St. Jose Maria, said, being a good person or a saint in the world is not only for nuns and priests and people who go to the convent. Where I am, I can become a good person. So in Kibondeni, we help to show you the path that you can be a good person and a successful person, and you don't have to do bad things to become a good person. You don't have to do bad things to succeed in life. You do good things and you succeed in life because you are following the right path. So we admit people with all grades. We don't limit. Of course, to do a diploma, we follow the NEC stipulations. If you have C and above, you can do a diploma. NEC has lowered the bench. With C minus, you can do diploma. So with C minus and above, you are welcome to Kibondeni to do a diploma in hospitality and to be sure that you are trying to make your life a shining example to others. We encourage our students when they are there not to get lazy. When you come to Kibondeni, we would like you to do something in the evenings, something on Saturday, so that you earn something. When you earn something from your own sweat, it is the sweetest thing that you can have in the world. You enjoy something that you have earned yourself. And little by little, you'll be very happy to do something for yourself, so that when you go to work, you enjoy working. You don't want to sit at home and be fed and supported by other people. That we live for people who don't want to be good people, all right? Yes, we want people to do their best and be the best they can be in society. You may come to Kibondeni without any money. Our focus is not that you have money. Our focus is that you be focused and you want to do the best. In Kibondeni, I am the college registrar. But apart from being in charge of admissions, I'm also the corporate affairs manager. I go to every office in town, begging and asking them, please support a good student in my college. So, money should not be your limiting factor when you are thinking of Kibondeni. What should be the limiting factor is if you have bad behavior. If you only want to do bad things, please don't come to Kibondeni. Because in Kibondeni, we want to help you to be a good person and to build a good society of this country. When we are good, all of us, we will not complain and say, Honorable Simba Arati here is corrupt. Because it's corruption brought by Honorable Simba Arati. It is brought by us. Have you heard Simba Arati going to buy weed somewhere? No? We are the ones who do it. And if I can buy weed, it means I can also do other things. Anyway, you'll get to learn good things when you come to Kibondeni. But we are not open to the boys. We are only for girls. Because I said we are a social project designed to help a girl child achieve her dreams. We want you to go to the highest level of your career if you come to Kibondeni. We want to give you the best. And I've said we identify your block. What blocked you from getting the best grade? And when we identify that block, then we start helping you to lift that block and to achieve your dreams, to start working towards your dream. Everybody who has a dream, we say dream, and your dreams will fall short. So if you got E and you don't know what to do, if you come to Kibondeni, I'll give you a short course of 3 months where you come in at 2 and you leave at 5. Within that short course, I will evaluate you and see Jane here is a bright girl, only she did not get somebody to guide her and somebody to lift her block. Therefore, I will be able to help you during the 3 months to assess you for another program of 1 year. People with D, grade D, we put them in the 1 year program. And within the 1 year program, we also assess them. They do a Kibondeni certificate. Our certificate is designed for Kibondeni alone because the people in the industry have identified the equipment and the skills and the spirit of Kibondeni. Therefore, it's higher, slightly higher, Mr. Kenyan from Kinanju. It's slightly higher than the NEC Arts and Course. So when you finish our grade, you are an operator. You can work anywhere in the globe. And we have connections with people all over the world. If you want to finish your training and you don't want to work in Kenya, we also help you. But we say, work in Kenya and build Kenya. But in the event that you really have an example of many girls, but I talk of only one called Jane. Jane came to Kibondeni with grade D, and she felt rejected because people in her village, in her family, she was the 11th of 11 children. And the other people in the family had done very well. So Jane had scored grade D, and then they said, where can she go? Somebody said, let her go and work as a maid in somebody's home. So she was given to me to work as a maid for me, and I noticed that Jane was really good. So I took her to Kibondeni and I told her, Jane, you are not bad. You're not useless as they put it. You're really good. You can do it. And because you tripped somewhere, I started by giving her the Ladybird series of storybooks. And she read and she realized, oh, I can read. No, when we get those grades, people tend to brush us off until they tell us we are good for nothing. God does not create anybody who is good for nothing. We are all good for something. Is there anyone here who is good for nothing? We are good for? We can do something, all right? So Jane came, she did the 1 year program, and then she passed very well. She did the 2 year program, then she did the diploma course and went to Strathmore University and did her degree. While at Strathmore University, and one of the hotels, we are connected to all the best hotels. If you go to Kempinski, you'll find the top 10 chefs are from Kibondeni. She was identified and given a scholarship to go to Switzerland to further her studies. Today, she's one of the leading managers in this country. After coming to Kibondeni with grade B. So there's hope for each one of us. If you want to really go to an institution that forms you into being a woman of integrity and character, and somebody who opens our faculties and realizes they can do much, then Kibondeni is the college for you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Madam Registrar. Well, she was talking with a lot of authority. That this is what we expected to have gotten last week. Of course, we were told all those stories of, unlike the one that you have told us of Jen. And for those ones of you who must have gotten E or D, there is life. Never give up. If you give up, we normally say nothing is easy as it looks. Everything takes longer than you expect. And if anything can go wrong, it will at the worst possible moments. There's no time that it will be the worst if you are determined. It will shelf away the rust of the body, in the first case. Number two, be contented. If you are to get on top of a tree of mango, upande tu, make sure kwamba umepanda umefika juu, you will eat, get satisfied, lack some for your family. Lakini ukitaka kuruka pia utaweza ruka, ushike moja, uanguke chini, and you'll get tired. The best way to go about it is you climb the tree. Now climbing is not easy. Ni ngumu. But if you get up there, ndiyo mwalimu ametuambia andamapi. Can I see? For those ones of you ambao wanataka kwenda Kibondeni, for ladies, of course men, I'm sorry that you may not make it. For the girls, can I see by show band? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30. That's a good. Yule mtu alikuwa ananiandikia hapa, yuko wapi? There is one for PC Kinyanjui. Kuna nyingine ya Kibondeni. Kwa hivyo hiyo karatasi itapita tu hivi. Sasa. Yeah. You have the forms. No, what I want before even they do it, because I want to vent through tuone vile vya then we'll be able to have it. Sasa. Kwa hivyo andika hapo Kibondeni, watatuandikia majina, they'll pick the forms. I know who has picked the forms and how we're going to start, because I want to do the bit of the sponsorship. Hii biashara nataka kwamba ianze immediately. Sitaki kuambia Simba alituita tukakula mkate na soda na akatupea shilingi 50. Ama vipi? Tunataka kwamba leo najua there is a team here of young boys who are very good in football. Si wako? I want to turn around that dream. Yakina Wanyama, they started here in Kawangware. Today siwezi fikia yeye mshahara. Yuko Tottenham. Yeah. Unasikia anajulikana mahali yuko. Now somebody must have written off of Wanyama, isn't it? Like in the truth of the matter, they were given an opportunity. Na sisi, for you guys, we will make sure. We will go around, and I'm happy that the team which I believe is informed properly on these things, they will guide us through to get the course that is the best for each one of you. Allow me to ask Samson. Samson, utaongelesha sisi. Utaongelesha sisi. Sisi, not shishi. The other two guys I'm expecting to come in, they will help us in terms of getting money for businesses, and we don't give money to individuals. We give money to groups. After what? Financial literacy training. Mr. Samson, this guy, I've not met you. You'll tell us who are you. Yeah. So.
Thank you, Bwana Mheshimiwa. Asante sana for this chance. My name is Samson Asimeto. I come from Beacon Technical Training Institute. I'm an administrator there, and you are given some introduction. I'm an electrician. I went through the path of technology. At Beacon Technical, let me speak about Beacon, then we can proceed. We offer technical courses, and in this case we have 7 departments. The first department being hospitality. Under hospitality we train catering and accommodation, then we as well have home care management. So we have those 2 courses in that particular department. Then secondly, we have fashion and design department. Then under fashion, we offer various courses. So we offer the fashion and design itself. Then we as well offer dressmaking. We as well offer tailoring. Then there is also tapestry. Tapestry is carpet weaving. Yeah? Then the weaving itself of kikois, carpets, and all that. So these are hands-on courses. So under the second department, which is fashion and design department. Then thirdly, we have electrical and electronics engineering department. So under electrical, we have 2 courses majorly in that particular docket, which is electrical and electronics, but we specialize in power option only. Then secondly, we have solar photovoltaic installation. Then fourthly, we have building and construction department. Then under building is one of the biggest departments. We do building technology, then we have masonry, we have plumbing, we have tiling, and welding in that particular same department. There is one more course which we are looking forward to start in future, which is property management in this particular department. Then fifthly, we have the ICT department, and the ICT, we have the ICT itself, of course, being offered at diploma and certificate level, but as well we partner with Microsoft, and all of you know Microsoft, right? Yeah, Microsoft offers Microsoft certified courses. So these are short-term courses, which in most cases they are concentrated towards a specific task. So under ICT, you realize you study programming, you study web design, you study the office, the so-called the packages. But with Microsoft, you study online. Yeah, so we have got those logins where we pull you into the system, where you can access the notes, so you can study online. Then you as well do an exam after each. We call them packages. Yeah, after each particular level, you can sit for an exam and sit. Actually, it generates results immediately after you're through with the exam. So if it's programming, you study a course in programming. Then after you are done, you sit for an exam and you have your results immediately. Then that is under the ICT department. Then we've got the 6th department, which is the hairdressing and beauty therapy department. Yeah. So for those people who would like to venture in things like hairdressing, yeah, those manicures, pedicures, you know them, those being a therapist, yeah. So all those are offered under this particular department. Then lastly, we have got one new department, which is agriculture. Yeah, you realize even under the President's Big 4 agenda, we have agriculture and food security being one of the key agenda. So under agriculture, we offer general agriculture, yeah, And I've said the most, or the key drive to this particular department is the food security part. So those are what we offer at Beacon Technical Training Institute. Then, of all these courses, you realize if you enroll in any course, one thing we do for you, you study computers of sports. You like sports, right? And also things like those drama and all that, music, yeah? Just the other day we were partnering with the Kubamba. I know most of you know we have a diploma course. My colleagues have spoken about the levels. Diploma goes for 3 years and as a minimum entry of a C-. Then certificate goes for at least a D, yeah? So, and then we've got the Artisan level, which is the lowest, where it's normally at least a KCP or a KCSE. So you realize everyone is fit to study anything, right? Then, this is the 21st century. So, 21st century, you realize, like in the last 100 years, is when technology has been changing on a daily basis. Okay? Yeah? If I show you pictures of, let's say, this is 2019, yeah? Pictures of perhaps 1919, what was it looking like? Black and white, rough sketch. Yeah? So you realize within these past 100 years, technology has really taken shape. And Kenya being a third world country, so you realize that at least there is some bit where we are moving into industrialization. And nowadays people don't do things in a manual way. Mechanization is taking shape, and we realize when we will be full into industrialization, at least Kenya will now be, call it first world, yeah? But this first world will not be brought out by those other individuals. It will be brought out by us who are here studying these skills and put these skills in practice. Are you together? Yeah. So that is it what we do. And myself, I'm a living example. Yeah? I'm an electrical engineer. I've worked with the electrical firms, but I left that, and now I'm living with youth on a daily basis. Yeah? I no longer talk to machines, I talk to people, and instill skills. Sawa? Sure. Thank you.
I saw your hand. What do you want to know? Oh, all right. Yeah. Give him the mic.
So I didn't say where we are located. We are in Ongata Rongai. Yeah?
Let's warm you.
Yeah? In Ongata Rongai. But as I've said, technology is very powerful. Yeah? So there is one department that can even train you online. That is the ICT department. Yeah? So, but in any case, this is quite a near place. Yeah? Simbali, what do you think of Ongata Rongai as the far end? Yeah? Ongata Rongai behind Masai.
Rongai. Yeah, in Nairobi, it's past Bomas. It's past Bomas. But you can't afford to operate daily from Kawangware. You will definitely have to pack your clothing and get there for some time and get back to Kawangware, or continue staying there. But at time of voting, you must come back to the Great North. That matters, isn't it? Now, allow me to say this. You know, unless you are of our custodian or of our times, there's no time that you can be a custodian of our own generation. People who are not of these times, they cannot purport to be custodian of our generation. You know, the likes of Arab Mashamba and his team. Mnajua hiyo? Mnajua Arab Mashamba ni nani? Amjui, nyinyi wengine hapo mlimaliza juu shule. Mnajua? Mnajua Mnajua ni nani 7 billion ni pocket change? Sasa wacha niseme hivyo. Unajua? Now, The likes of those guys, they cannot be custodian of our generation, by all means. Is that unless we have these candid discussions among ourselves, we may not make it in life. Saizi tukiwa wengi hivi, even commenting becomes easy kwa sababu tuko wengi. Ama vipi? Lakini ukiwa peke yako, hata commenting inafanya nini? Inakuwa ngumu. Unajua utaweza kuona watu wanapiga kelele, then when I point at you, kelele inafanya nini? Inaisha. Because you are alone. What am I saying? Here is about your life. You are no longer growing younger. Yeah? Umeona wale wa 17, kuna wa 17, 16, 15, wengine wameolewa, wameoa, kuna wengine bado, because life ahead. Even getting a man nowadays ni ngumu. Ama bibi. A serious woman, you see any other woman in the streets, ambaye atakwambia mimi niko na milioni yangu moja kwa account, anakuuliza na wewe uko na ngapi? Ndipo sasa tuongee, kwani kazi ya kuona sio ya watoto peke yake? Ama vipi? Yeah. Kwa hivyo we need to talk to people who can make change for our country as well in our lives. Allow me, I've seen the teacher, also registrar from Kabete. But registrar, you will take us through 5 minutes because you did a good job last week. Before I give it to the team, itusaidie, because these are our chief guests. They are here. He spoke to us last week. Unakumbuka yeye? Mbona mnacheka? Ni nini aliongea mzuri ya kukumbuka? Comedian.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Comedian. Yeah, you can go there and do comedy. Yes, but registrar.
Thank you very much, Honorable Simbarati, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I'm also fine. It's only that today I passed somewhere and I brought somebody from Kinyanjui. Is here. I have brought another one to reinforce. There is a college known as PC Kinyanjui. Munaijua? Yes. I don't want to talk about PC Kinyanjui. I want to talk about the Kabete National Polytechnic. Sini kweli? Hao wa jamaa, hizi vitu wameongea zote niko nazo. That is the truth. Hiyo vitu yote wameongea niko nazo. But I want to add on what they don't have. Si mnajua ni kwa nini? Kitu ya kwanza, Kabete National Polytechnic was established in 1924. Nani alikuwa huko? Wanasema Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the founding father of this nation, alisomea huko plumbing and meter reading. So he's an alumni. And I could wish that all of you proudly you could walk to the institution in which the founding father of this nation alifanya nini? Alisomea. Si mnaniahidi mtakuja? Yes. And I want so many of you. Number 2, that is a government institution. Ni serikali na serikali? Unajua serikali ikimiahidi ikisema tutapeana 30,000 capitation fees, they will, though saa zingine inachelewa, lakini watafanya nini? They will want you to go to school. Among the courses that I did mention last time was about journalism. Sikuna course kama hiyo? Na mumeona vijana wengine kwa TV. Nani Gor, ule kijana alisomea huko, ule wa KTN anaitwa nani? We have so many who went through Kabete. One of them is Frank Otieno. That was an alumni. Na ule mwingine anaitwa nani? Joe Mtambo. Ni Joe Mtambo ama nani? Now, briefly, what I want to say is this. Among the courses that they've mentioned, all of us expressed that we need building and civil engineering. Isn't it? Building and civil. Hii ni barabara na manyumba. Kila mtu anajenga usiku na mchana. I heard it even Honorable Simba akisema ati mkiwa muko na hiyo skill, he will be able to give you some jobs because he's also constructing. Si mnataka mtu anaitwa plumber. Huyo mtu anaitwa electrical, electrician. Amefanya electrical, either wireman, electrical wireman. Akienda juu kidogo tunasema electrical and electronics. Either we have got power option ama telecommunication. Isn't it? Hiyo course you need it. Na hizo vitu zingine zote aliongea ziko huko kwetu. Mnasemaje? Mtakuja huko. Isn't it? Na nimekuja kule, nitaweka kahema kadogo. Those ones who want to contact me immediately, I will give you a number to call. Muko na simu? 07 Okay, miss. All right. I will give it at the end of the day, isn't it? There is, in applied sciences, I did mention of so many courses, but the course I want to stress again is courses on geosciences, isn't it? Yeah? Geosciences ama geophysical sciences. Tuko na oil and gas mining. Hiyo wamesema hiyo kweli? Oil and gas, hiyo tunapata tu kidogo, unateremka huko Naivasha, si tuko na geo something huko. Halafu wanakupatia attachment, ukiwa mzuri they will give you a job. That one I guarantee. Umesikia? Haya, maneno ingine ya mechanical engineering, kitu kama production, kitu kama plant na automotive. Hizo vitu ziko. Isn't it? As from the lowest grade, mechanical engineering, you start from, tuko na plant option, production option and automotive. Yani automotive ni gari, by the way. Wale wana struggle. Namba ya mwizo. Namba ya nini? Ya mwizo. Namba ya? Mwizo. Sio mwisho, bado. In business studies, we have got several courses in business. There's some, I have seen even some of my students around. I have seen them. Vitu kama supply chain, vitu kama procurement. Procurement. Vitu kama cooperatives management. Courses like human resource. Courses like business management. Those ones are there. I will give you all the courses you want in business. Hospitality. Ule madamu alisema, the lady who was here talked about in Gibondeni, they want ladies. Me, I don't care. I want men and women. I want men and women. Unajua ni kwa nini? Other than kusoma, watu lazima wakutane. Isn't it? So that you start to plan for health relationships. Isn't it? Sitaki kuona mtu amesoma alafu anakuja kuniambia ati unajua sana nimsaidie nini? Hey. Then we have got courses in liberal studies. Courses. If it's beauty, if it's worth, those courses are found in Kabete National Polytechnic. Kindly, because of the few minutes I was given, I couldn't wish to talk more than that, but I will want to give you only the number to call, isn't it? Yes, the first number. This is the number ya shule. Inaitwa 0713 07. Wacha kuongea. Andika tu. It is 0713338683. Hiyo namba imetosha kweli? Green gapi? 3 4. Okay. Alafu mukikosa hiyo yote hiyo namba, unajua ofisi ya serikali saa zingine you can call a number and nobody picks, isn't it? Call me my number 0722 68 29 52. All right? Kama unataka kujua kama inafanya kazi, Tuma 10 bob. Thank you very much. I wish that after this we shall have a healthy discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Ukweli vile mmesema ni kama huyo registrar ni kama nini? Yeah, but he's not a comedian. But you know, he has said it that Frank Otieno, they finished from there. But I'll tell you that we have so many from the colleges we went through, also are working outside there. But the only thing is that our first president went through there. That's the only thing you can beat us in. But more importantly, I'm happy because of that explanation. Amesema kwamba hata huko ukienda bila bibi utaweza pata bibi, ama utaweza enda huko bila bwana upata nini? But atukutumi, we don't want to atukutumi uende kutafuta bwana, kwanza masomo ama vipi? Yeah, at any level and anything that you can get. I want to repeat two things here. That out of all this engagement, we are determined as an office to do sponsorship partially, and you will be required to apply for bursary when it comes in. Ni sawa? Kwa hivyo when this team is here, Madam Kibondeni, PC Kinyanjui, Kabete, we promise that for those ones you will pick, we'll do our part to make sure they have gone to school. As it is with that girl who dropped out of the university, that wewe sasa lazima urudi kusoma. I'll facilitate that process tuone you go back to school, you finish your studies. Sasa yes, huyo mama pia anataka kwenda kusoma, lakini amependa pesa sana na nashindwa nini, akili kweli itapita, masomo itapita, atakuwa anapiga hesabu hivi, anafikiria pesa ni ngapi aliuza mboga. But because ya maisha najua kwamba she would be the best student, kwa sababu yeye ashamaliza, amemaliza. Umemaliza? Yeah. Now, allow me to call upon, I don't know, the team from Stratmore, Madam Eunice, kwa sababu wewe ndio mkubwa na wewe ndio nataka kwamba you introduce your team. Of course I know Dr. Paul Izito Okech will be joining with us later. They'll take us through a number of lines, a number of discipline that we will accept. Wow, they may not hata hawezi jipigia debe sana, na nawaambia kwamba what they are going to give you ni mambo mazuri. Even if you are going to decide to go to Kabete, utakuwa umepata akili nyingi kutoka kwa huyu madam and the other gentleman, and there is another one who is coming in. Can I see that list? Ya PC Kinyanjui imefika wapi? Karibu. PC imefika wapi? Ilikuwa inaenda round. Kabete iko wapi? Kabete, wacha nione how many. Ni wangapi wamefurahia kwamba wanataka kwenda Kabete? Unaona? You see the problem you are making for yourself. Aya, hii list itapita, but you'll be told. For those ones who will be having extra coin, Stratmore konayo mpaka hapa. Kwa hivyo they'll na wao watakipigia kidebe baadaye vizuri. Lakini this one on their own line, they will advise you on many fields. Karuma, Madam Eunice.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Let's clap for Mheshimiwa. I am telling you, for you to have such a Mheshimiwa, you need to thank God. Amen. somebody that is thinking about the youth of this nation. You know, right now he should be somewhere resting. You say you hear he said last week he was unwell because mulimwambukisha homa. But he still came because he has you at heart. And I'm telling you, I might not speak a lot of things, but I've come to give you hope that you are all precious. That there is hope for everyone, including that person who got an E and never got a certificate because it never came out. There is hope for you. Amen. And that God has drawn you on his palm. And he sees all the problems that you have gone through. And that is why this must be God working through Mheshimiwa. It is true. Kwani mmesikia hapa Kenya yote kuna watu wanafanya mambo kama haya? I'm telling you the truth. This constituency shall go far. Because these are the future of tomorrow. You are the future of tomorrow. Na musihame hii constituency mukisaidiwa. Muhishi hapa kabisa. Even if you might want to go to another country and do something and maybe work, make sure you come back to this constituency and give back to the community. Give back to the society. Because I'm sure from his help and from the connections he's going to get, you know, there are people in the world, they are looking for people that have vision like the one he has to support the youth. And because a lot of them will come to help him, most of you might end up being in other countries, but never forget where you came from. So my name is Eunice Kimani. I work for Strathmore University Business School. I'm the head of entrepreneurial programs. And so I've come to speak in a very short time about entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is very complex, it's very big, but we can organize and have it now slowly and take you through who is an entrepreneur and how you can become one. Because I don't know whether you have ever asked yourself, would you like to be employed or would you like to employ other people? Would you like to be an employer or an employee? An employer. Then all these customers are mine. I hope you have not cheated me. I hope you didn't say a lie. Because I would rather you become, even if I am an employee at this time. I am an employee at this time so that I could get a chance to come and speak to you. But let me tell you, in this time and age, I would rather you become an employer instead of becoming an employee. I'm just like you. And you see, when I listened to people who finished Form 4 like 5 years ago, and they have been staying at home, my heart was touched. Just like the days of Jesus when he had, somebody has been bleeding for 12 years, and he was really touched. Somebody has been at the pool of Bethsaida for 38 years, and he was touched. That is what has also touched Mheshimiwa. And I was also touched because I also come from a poor family. They are not very poor right now, but I came from a very poor family. A family where my mother could sell changa for me to get school fees. Na unajua changa unashinda ukishikashikwa. Akishikwa anafungwa tunakosa kwenda shule. So I don't know whether there is anybody that has come from a poor family like myself. I have also come from, you know, I did not straight away from KCSE get into a university. So don't start hating yourself and saying, I got an E, I got a D, I got a C, I couldn't get into a university. I also started from a very humble, you know, education background, from a diploma, and the person who comes after me might also maybe touch about that, because he has guided me through a diploma, and right now I'm a candidate for PhD. So there is hope for you. Anybody can become anything, so long as you dare to dream. You can all excel. We can all excel because we are talented differently. Even if you may not want to do a PhD like me, but Mheshimiwa touched on football. Do you require a PhD to excel in football? Do you require a PhD to sing? And some of you can sing very good melody. You know what? You have a talent in you. And maybe what we'll be doing later is to take you through a self-identification quiz so that you are able to know what are my strengths, what are my talents. Because some people are so good, but yet they don't know what they are good at. And the worst thing is that they don't know that they don't know. You know, when you don't know something and you don't know that you don't know, it worsens the matter. But I know that some of you might not want to pursue education. And I know that there are those that would want to pursue education. But I know that you know your talent. And if you do not know, we can help you to know who you are, to know why on earth you came, and why you are created, and what are your areas of strength. Because every person has an area of strength. Every person has a talent. Each one of us is gifted differently. I want to briefly tell you a story of a person, a young man, who did not know what he's talented in. And one time there lived a king somewhere. And that king was very rich. He had big land, big vehicles, and every wealth you can talk of in this world. And he had one daughter. And a time came when this daughter wanted to get married. And the king looked around in his nation and said, I don't see any man who is qualified to marry my daughter. And he decided to call a big crowd, a forum of young men, just like you have come today. Just like Mheshimiwa has done today. And they were called, and they were told, I am now ready to give my daughter to one of you. And the one who will be able to get my daughter, if you are qualified to get my daughter, then you'll have everything that I have. Because I do not have another child. And I'm getting old, so all the wealth that I have shall come back to you. And the young men came, just like today, the way Mheshimiwa have called you, and you have all come. And so they all came, each person saying, yes, I'm the one to marry this daughter of the king. And they didn't know the kind of interview that the king was going to give them. And here was the interview. So he took them to a swimming pool that was full of, what are these things that are? Crocodiles. A lot of them. And he told them, this is the interview. The young man who will go through this pool and come out alive is the one who will be qualified to marry my daughter. And the young people started going back because they thought, now cannot risk my life because of a lady. Most of them started retreating. They started going back. But one young man pushed another young man into the water. And the young man who was pushed struggled until he came out alive. And they all celebrated and gave very good claps for him. And he said, and he was asked by the king, now young man, I can see you look like you are very poor. But you have struggled and now you have the qualification to marry my daughter. Now tell me, what do you want on earth? What would you like to have? And I'll give it all to you. And the young man said, before you give me everything, I want to know who pushed me into the water. But even if he did not know who pushed him into the water, he still had qualified to get the lady. Some of us, Mheshimiwa, they need to be pushed. Some of these people that are here today, they are there and they have stayed for all that time because they never got somebody to push them into their dream, into the talent which they have. He didn't know that he has a talent to swim. How many of us here have good talents and they don't know? And they don't know that they don't know. So we need a push, and that is why Mheshimiwa is here and other people to push you into what we think you are good at. And so very shortly, very briefly, I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship, because you can become a solution to many youth of tomorrow if you can only accept to become an entrepreneur or an employer. Because definitely, if you start your own business and manage it very, very well, then definitely you are going to become an employer. You know, when we were young, we used to say, when I grow up, I would like to become a doctor. When you're in class 2, class 3, class 4, when I grow up, I would like to become a pilot. When I grow up, I would like to become what? The engineer. You used to say all those things, isn't it? But how many have become what they wanted? That means that each one of us has a dream when we are very young, at the tender age. But we lose it somewhere on the way as we continue growing. Everybody can become something. Everybody can excel if you just know how to align your dream with the strength and the talent that you have. And so in the line of entrepreneurship, I would like to tell you that you can start your own business. And many times you might say, I do not come from a rich family. I do not have a very rich angle that can give me starting capital. I know you know about the Asian community. And most of them are running very successful businesses here in our country. And their children, at the age of even 7 years, they start going to that business. And they are developed, they are helped. And by the time they are finishing school, most of them do not look for employment. They work in their family businesses. Some of us, we have not started working with our parents because of attitude. Because we say, my mother is just hustling, doing his mama mboga or doing some simple farming. Why haven't we helped our mother with the education that we have to do that small business of selling vegetables into a bigger business, so that that business can be able to take you to the college or to the next level? Because every business starts small. What you need actually, your problem is not money. Your problem is the idea and how you can turn that idea into making money. You know, me every day I think about how I can bring more money into my pocket through business. And that's what you should start thinking. You know, I have this issue. As the head of entrepreneurship programs in Strathmore University, I deal with entrepreneurs, small and medium enterprises. And many times when they are there, they are going through a 6 months program, a 1 year program. They keep telling me, those entrepreneurs, and some of them have very successful companies operated by entrepreneurs. They tell me, for me, my nightmare is to get trusted employees. For me my nightmare is to get skilled employees and employees that I can keep for more than 5 years. That is their biggest nightmare. And in the outside, I hear young people telling me that I am not able to get a job. Some of them have actually, let me tell you the truth, even if you go to college, because we are all telling you about joining a college. And I would like even want you to come to Strathmore University to do a diploma, to do a degree. I would like you to come because you are qualified. But let me tell you, even if you went to a college and did whatever program that you are doing, a very good course, and you do not have an entrepreneurial mindset, there is no job market that will accept you. Because these people that I deal with, they want an entrepreneur to work for an entrepreneur. And that is why in the third world countries, the education system is changing to ensure that we incorporate entrepreneurship education so that every person can know about entrepreneurship, so that when you get a job, because you are most likely going to get a job in an enterprise firm, in an enterprise company. Look at Equity. How did Equity start? By a sole proprietor, somebody who started a small group of people, and each one of you could be dying to go to Equity, to work in Equity. Look at many other organizations that have grown today. They were started by an entrepreneurial mind. And so for you to get a job in Equity, they will want to know, have you done entrepreneurship? Can you run your own business? Because if you can't run your own business and be faithful in it, you cannot run another person's business. And so even for those who are going to college, ensure that you get some entrepreneurial skills so that the job market can accept you. Because if you come to my company and you don't have entrepreneurial skills, I know you'll not be productive and you'll not give me profit. You'll not be profitable. You'll not be productive in my company. And so I want you to check. I want us to go through just the word entrepreneurs, and see whether you have one of the characteristics or two or three, and check whether you can become an entrepreneur. Very briefly, because there is my colleague who is coming after me to guide you on career. And I hope you're not very hungry, because hungry people are very angry. You know, a hungry person is an angry person. You are. You are very hungry. Now, one of the characteristics of an entrepreneur is long suffering. You know, perseverance. They stay without eating the whole day, because they are looking for money which they can save and plow back to the business. So you have all failed the exam of being an entrepreneur. Let me tell you, do you know your mother or your father worked very hard and she was actually not eating for you to finish Form 4. Sasa akafikisha Form 4 akashindiwa hapo. And let me tell you, they were not even eating. They were not eating lunch so that you can finish your education, so that you can go up to Form 4. Unajua hivyo? So if you cannot persevere, kwani saa ni saa ngapi? Saa nane, kwani saa nane, you are actually supposed to eat today in the evening at around 9. Kwani umeshinda ukilima? Umelima wapi tangu asubuhi? Even the Bible says those people who don't work should never eat. Why do you want to eat and you have not eaten? You have not done any work. Yeah? Speak to your stomach. Even me, I have not eaten anything. And I had all the food to eat. It is true. So one of the characteristics of an entrepreneur is long suffering. Ukipenda chakula hivyo, hiyo pesa utakuwa ukipata na unakula yote. If your mother did that, would you have gone to school? Would you have reached Form 4? Eh? Tanaweza ambia mheshimiwa muende kabla mjakula chochote. Let me take you through the word entrepreneurs. And if you are writing, you can put the word entrepreneur.
Actually, Madam Eunice, just get it. It only requires a little discipline. And there is something she has said. If you're not disciplined, we don't even waste time here. We don't waste time. Because what you're interested, mheshimiwa alisema kuna soda, kuna mkate, kuna fare ya kurudi. Can you get out of this place and start seducing a girl as you're walking around? No, we have passed through that level. Two, you are there. Therefore, sometimes get it clear from her. That noise is not even important. Then the noise you need to listen to, it's noise. For a human being to give positive results, pain must be inflicted in them. It's a common principle. I had somebody here must have spoken of economics. I did it in economics. That even if I was to give you a job, the enemies I have had, number one, is people have chased out of this my office. Including those ones who are being trained here. Tomorrow, alituita, tuliharibu wakati wetu. We thought, last week I told you, some girls here, they're thinking, mheshimiwa angerudi chini, anitongoze. I don't do those things to my subjects. I don't. Therefore, my business, it's clear. I've gone through. Madam amesema yeye amekuja from a poor family. I didn't want to say. I came from a worse one. You had my story last week. And I was being rained on. How I used to. She started from diploma. I did diploma. I did actually a bridging course for me to do diploma. Because then, with C plane and above, you were not to join the university. I did my degree. I'm actually doing my submission on 25th for my master's. Therefore, what we are talking here is serious. If you're not serious, you don't have to waste our time. One, I would even equally call your mothers. I trained them on these business skills, gave them the 6.8 million I have for entrepreneurship. Actually, that's why I called Ibrahim Sisha here. Just to talk about it, people to get into groups. Wasaidiki. Therefore, for the jokers, you take your jokes elsewhere. There is sometimes we want to be serious. There are those ones who, I'm sitting with a gentleman here. Him is looking at this lady and taking notes. You know, a serious person. I'm not saying that every person to take those notes. Some they are good in just listening. But discipline, if you're not disciplined, even if we do what, even if we will turn you upside down to answer kukuimbia. Therefore, I want a lot of discipline among yourselves. Other stories. I'll call you another gentleman here. You'll hear. He'll tell you a story that you cannot believe it in. Kwa hivyo, Madam Eunice continue, but then soda iko. Omari. Soda italetwa. Wale watu watakunywa wa mwisho by the way. Hiyo ni Jotham. Mtakunywa watu wa mwisho. Soda na mkate kila mtu atapewa yake, lakini ile timu itakunywa ya mwisho. So that we need to, including police officers, can I tell you before actually she continues? Do you know the team which is most disciplined is called a discipline force, is police force, isn't it? All over the world. But those guys wako na bunduki, wako na risasi, and especially if hii yetu ya Kenya ambao wengine wako rogi. Even to remove a gun to shoot at somebody, it's difficult. Ama to shoot at the boss, itakuwa kwamba ni ngumu sana. They are disciplined. They can do anything with a gun. They can do anything. But because of discipline, give them, or awards them, the name discipline force. We must be disciplined as we are moving on. Don't give up. And that's what you're being taught here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa, kunisaidia. And that is true. And you know, discipline comes with attitude. And attitude is everything. For those people who are writing, you can write the word attitude. And then A, you give it 1 mark. B, you give it 2 marks. Until Z, you give it 26. Then add, you'll get 100. So attitude is everything. 100% is attitude. And let me tell you, even if you come to our colleges and you are not disciplined, you might not reach very far. Kwanza Strathmore, you have to have very high discipline. Because if you are not disciplined, you cannot succeed in life. Undisciplined, you don't have to. You don't need to be taught. It is a decision you make to be disciplined. It is a decision to become a person of positive attitude. Because if the way you are today, the way you are dressed today, the way you came from home, the way you look at things, it's all attitude, and it is what determined where you will reach. If you have a negative attitude, you will not reach far. And so we were looking at the word entrepreneurs. And the first letter is energetic. Entrepreneurs, if you want to check whether you have an entrepreneurial characteristic, you must be energetic. Energy of mind and of body. And I have looked at all of you. I didn't see any disabled person there. Maybe I didn't check very well. You are very strong. And you are very young. And so, if you are very energetic in mind, you put your mind into thinking positively and looking at things, thinking big and feeling that, yes, I can do it, then you have a quality of an entrepreneur. Number 2 is N, novelty oriented. And that is thinking creatively and continually seeking to create improvements in whatever you are doing. Whatever little you are doing, because you can't tell us that you are doing nothing. Even if you are helping your parents, whatever you are doing, make sure that you are seeking to improve. Make sure that you are becoming creative in whatever you are doing. Because the mind you have been given is able to create something new. And thank God you have gone to Form 4 and you have gone up to O level, you have finished, and so you can be creative. And so if you can be able to improve your performance on what you are doing right now, then you can become an entrepreneur and you have a quality of an entrepreneur. The third one is T, tolerant. You are able to tolerate many hours. You see, like, an entrepreneur, the way I told you, they work very hard. They persevere, they endure. They can tolerate. If you are the person who says, I cannot stay here up to evening, I cannot be able to tolerate him, then you cannot become an entrepreneur. And the fourth one is result-oriented. You must be a person who have high desire for achievement, and you don't like ending a task without seeing results. Whatever you are doing, are you result-oriented? Now that Mheshimiwa might support you partially to go to school or to come and do entrepreneurship in Strathmore University. When the opportunity comes and goes, you don't say it is lost. It was simply taken by another person. And it passes you. Na siku moja utazeeka tu. One day you'll become old, like your mother. And so, whatever you are doing, make sure that you are thinking of results. What are the results? Yes, you are going to college. Yes, you want to start a small business. What are the results? Do you want positive results? Do you want also to transform another person's life? You have siblings, you have neighbors, you have young people that are coming up. Can you present hope to them through the results that you're going to get? Entrepreneurs are also enterprising. That is letter E. They have the courage and willingness to engage in difficult undertakings. These are people who work very, very hard. They don't complain when they are told to do something. These are not people when they are told by their parents to do something they don't want because they are very lazy. Entrepreneurs are not lazy. They are very enterprising. They are hardworking. P stands for profit-oriented. I know some of you have been making money and they have been making some profits. An entrepreneur sees money as a source of more money, and they don't squander money, they don't misuse They don't put them in drugs. Hiyo shilingi 5 unaweka kwa sigara, you can use it to create more business, to create more money. They see money as a source of another money. They know how to save. With the little business that you are doing, with the little money that your father is giving you, what are you doing with that money? Do you just squander it? Unaenda kibarua kwa sababu uko na nguvu, hata kama unaendanga hiyo ya mijengo. Hiyo pesa miaka hizo zote umekuwa ukienda kazi ya mijengo, unapelekanga wapi? Umefungua account huko Equity. Na sio tunatetea Equity, mimi sifanyi huko kazi. Do you have a saving account? Let me tell you, for me to go to KTTC, I saved. Unajua nilikuwa nalima mpaka kibarua ndio nipate school fees. Wewe ukiambiwa saa hizi uuze makaa, ama uuze mandazi, unasema siwezi kufanya kazi kama hiyo. And you have the strength. Kwani kuanza kuuza biashara ya mandazi itakuhitaji pesa ngapi? Ati I don't have capital. Unga moja upike mandazi na uze, si bado utabaki na profit? And then you don't squander that money, you return back, you plow back, and you go growing like that. Why are you saying you don't have capital to start? You only need an idea and discipline to do it. And you can do it. Actually, you can start business with zero capital. Kwani unaonanga how the hawkers you see in town, do you think they have working capital? They don't have. Actually, wanaenda kwa Wahindi, wanapeleka ID. Do you have an ID card? Wanapeana ID, wanapatiwa hiyo kakaton ya biscuits, handkerchiefs, wanasurura kila asubuhi wakikimbishwa na kanjo, wanauza. Ile hawajauza wanarudisha kwa Muhindi, alafu wanapata profit yao hapo. And that is how they survive, and they have big plots. And they have educated their children. Wewe shinda tu hapo umeongojea capital. There are businesses you can start with zero capital. Na ujue time inaenda, age is catching up with you. So you need to start, actually before you even get into that college, can you start doing something? Kwani unga moja ya chapati nimeuliza ni pesa ngapi? Na sio wote tuanze tena. Unajua Kenya the problem, mtu akianza kazi ya mandazi wote wanaanza. Akianza kuuza simu wote wanaanza kuuza simu. You know, be creative and think of a solution you can provide to our community and start doing it. R means resourceful. They quickly and usefully employ their minds. Akiangalia tu hivi, anatumia akili zake. You know, they think out of the box and they are able to see a solution they can provide. And that's why they can do any business. And then, they are efficient, conscious. They hate wasting resources. They are very economical. They don't even waste time. What time do you wake up in the morning? Sometimes at 8. And what time do you sleep? At 8. And Mr. Wasike, who will come after me, will tell you that if you sleep at 8 and wake up at 8, half of your life you shall be in bed. And when you go to heaven, you shall give an account how you misused your strength and your youth. So you must not waste any time. In America, people say time is money. Actually, they don't waste any time. I don't know what time you wake up in the morning. I don't know what time you sleep, but I don't know what you do during the day. Because we have a lot of opportunities. And when we start teaching you about entrepreneurship, we will sit in groups and be able to identify millions and millions of opportunities that we have in this world that you can invest into. We have a lot of opportunities. But the problem is that we have a lot of time wasters as well. Those people who do not see any opportunity. The opportunities come and they pass. They are usually taken by other people. Networking, that is N in the word entrepreneurs. They love interacting and making connections. And let me ask you, in your phone, how many people have you saved in that phone? Who are your connections? If you want to succeed in life, network with the people that are ahead of you. People that can become your mentors. Let me tell you, if Mr. Wasike did not mentor me, I wouldn't be the way I am. Do you have a mentor? Do you have somebody you admire and you would like them to guide you? To give you career guidance, to give you life guidance? Umesave nani kwa simu yako? Umesave watu tu wenye wako kama wewe. Actually you have saved people that have not even reached form 4. Kwa hivyo wanakurudishanga tu nyuma. Whom do you interact with? Whom do you network with? Talk to people like us. Look for people like us who can guide you, who can help you become somebody in life. So avoid hii kitu ya peer pressure. That because your friend is drinking this, you can also drink it. Because she's putting on like this. Unajua nimeona watu wengi hapo wamevaa malongi zenye wamerarua. How do you buy a trouser, a nice one, then unakat? Unajua hiyo strategy we don't accept. Swag. Sasa hiyo swag. Sasa hiyo ni peer pressure. Hiyo ni peer pressure. That is peer pressure. I am finishing. Then the other thing is that they are envisagers. You know, they envision. They have vision. And you know what? They have dreams of foresight. They plan ahead. They set clear, attainable goals. I don't know where you'd like to be in the next 5 years. What would you like to become in the next 5 years? Whatever you wanted to become when you were young has passed because you have not become. But there is still hope. In the next 5 years, what do you want to achieve? Can you sit down and write it and pursue it because it is possible? Number U says unstoppable. They believe that asleep is not a fall, and they are very optimistic. They are unstoppable. If they say, this year I must finish college, they usually do it. This year I must do this and this, they do it. And then they are risk loving. They love taking risk. Wanahatarisha maisha yao. Hawajipendi. They work hard. They work at night. Watu wa boda boda, sijui kama kuna boda boda hapa. They work 24 hours. That is risking. And these are entrepreneurs. And then the last one is they are self-confident. They believe in themselves and they see a half glass as full and not half empty. And they don't see it as halfway, but they see half full. They are positive thinkers. They have positive attitude. If you have these qualities, then you can become an entrepreneur. And so the next step would be sitting down with you, taking you through how to identify a business opportunity that would align with your dreams and your talents, and then you get started and start making money and become an employer instead of being an employee. Thank you very much.